Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join. And our first participant tonight is Kek Yen So from Penang. Hi, Kek. How are you?
Ajahn. Hi, Ajahn. Good evening. I'm fine, Ajahn. Thank you. Yeah.
No question, no problem.
Yeah, no question. Yeah.
No dukkha. Good. Titima from Bangkok.
กล่าวนมัสการค่ะอาจารย์ Don't have any question ค่ะ
No problem either, huh?
No ค่ะ
Okay. Alvin from Malaysia.
Namaskar, Ajahn. No question answer of today. Thank you.
No question also.
Yes.
Okay. Go to Jordan in Bangkok. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Tanajan. Very happy to be here tonight.
How's your Thai coming along?
I'm trying to be optimistic. Some days I feel like it's possible to learn the language, and other days I feel like it's pretty.
Don't take more than what you can chew. Just chew a little bit at a time. Take time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, just got to stick with it, and that's good advice. I will.
If you can learn a new word every day, that's good enough, really. One word a day.
Okay. That way I'll be moving in the right direction.
Yeah, 30 days you'll get 30 words. Yeah.
Maybe I should approach practice like that too, as long as I'm moving in the right direction.
Yeah, just keep doing it. Adding your practice hour as you go along. Add more hours for your practice.
Okay. Yes, I just want to be moving in the right direction because, yeah, today I've been feeling quite fed up with the Kalases winning so often, and I need to become a better practitioner. And
you forget your mantra, you forget your mindfulness.
Yeah.
Whenever you start to become more agitated, you should start by reciting the mantra Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Or some other verses.
Oh yeah, I like Bhutto. I like Bhutto. Yeah.
Just keep doing that. Okay. Try to restrain your thought as much as possible. You like to talk to yourself, even though you're alone.
Oh yeah, I do, and I kept the 8 precepts for 5 days last week, but I tend to sort of be too extreme, and I think when I do that, I can swing in the opposite direction towards more sensual gratification if I'm too. Because I'm not, I haven't developed. I think I need to develop a little more gradually, and maybe take 8 precepts, and then go to 5 again to try to practice not swinging between.
You have to look at your practice like riding a bicycle on a hilly road. Sometimes you go up, sometimes you come down. Sometimes it's difficult and sometimes it's easy. The road going up and down the hill. This is someday you find it easy to practice and someday you find it hard. But whether hard or easy, you just have to keep on pushing.
Okay, so say say there are times when I just can't quite get myself to sit and meditate. Maybe I should try to find something that's wholesome that I can do. Like maybe if I can't sit, I can do walking meditation. Or if I can't quite get myself to do walking meditation, I can listen to a Dhamma talk or and try to
do some reading if you like.
Do some reading.
Reading Dhamma.
Dhamma.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Read the story of Ajahn Man practice or some of Ajahn Man disciple in the book of Patipada, where Dhamma wrote about the ways how some of Ajahn Man's disciple practice.
Patipada. Okay. Actually, that's the sort of sequel to Ajahn Man's biography. Okay, yeah, I haven't read that. I would like to read that. Yeah.
That gives you a lot of tips on how to practice.
Wonderful.
How to overcome your obstacles.
Okay. That book by that book, the life biography of Ajahn Man, I read that in 2012, I think, and that was really so inspiring, and it's amazing that
you can read again. You can read over and over, and you probably pick up something new every time you read it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. I find it's a lot easier to. I find I'm able to keep the 8 precepts when I'm in a Dhamma environment, like a monastery or a retreat center, for long periods of time on retreat. So that gives me hope. It's just being out in the world with so much distraction and temptation. It's and not having a good, solid mindfulness makes it difficult to not indulge in sensual things.
Your environment can have influence on your activity, on your action.
Yes.
That's why the Buddha says seek a conducive environment, seclusion, or hang around with the people who are practicing.
It gives us, it makes things a bit easier that way. Seems.
Okay, you got any question?
No, thank you very much, Ajahn. I'm looking forward to coming and spending a good week on Khao Chion and visiting you.
Okay.
Paying respects. Thank you.
See you then. I'll skip some of you first and go to Mike first, okay? And I'll come back to you. Mike, you have anything?
Excited about this? Not today, Ajahn, just listening, but much appreciated as always.
Okay. What time do you have to go to work?
I'm in the office right now. As
Yeah,
you can see the
you
sitting behind me.
You moved the clock 1 hour, so you should be.
Exactly. So I'm no longer in my comfortable office room, but I'm in my office at work, which is a little less private, but also equally as stimulating. And I'm just happy to be here again.
This makes my sort of head spin. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep on listening if you can. If not, just work. Concentrate on your work.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll go to Dr. PL and Indira from Toronto.
Yeah.
Good morning from Toronto.
Good morning, Ajahn.
Yes, how are you doing? Okay.
Good, very good. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we also had the clock turning. So last time I indeed joined. I think I had to start patients at 10:30. So today I came in early.
It's now 9 o'clock for you.
Yes. So we got lots of time till I start. Any questions? Just a question that came up when Jordan was talking about the 5 versus the 8 precepts. As a layperson, I guess that's good enough. If you keep the 5 precepts, I think you can attain whatever the aspired fruits of the path. But 8 precepts is more conducive, I believe, but it can be your kind of a ongoing goal. But if you cannot, still you can be content with the 5 precepts. Is it right?
Well, you start with a 5, and then you try to maybe on your day off, in which you want to do more intensive practice, then you keep the 8 precept.
It's much easier when you go for a retreat, like 1 day, 3 day, because you sit down, you don't have music, no news. So much easier for the 8 precepts. But when you are at home, like a homely environment, it's pretty tough.
Or when you have to work, that's not,
it's not practical. Yeah. So, I mean, if you stick to the 5, we are trying to stick to the 5 as much as possible, but certain days...
you won't have much time for meditation if you keep the 5, because you're allowed to do all your essential activities.
Yes.
You can eat as much as you want. You can drink as much as you want.
Yeah, but
we don't drink at all.
Yeah, no, I don't drink or eat I guess.
I mean beverages like coffee.
Oh yeah, yeah. But as long as the sensual desire, like you crave for it, rather than you drink or eat only if you are thirsty or if you're hungry, you don't see and eat. You, as I tell my patients, don't. They say watch what you eat, but don't eat what you watch. Just so like sometimes when you see food around, I think that causes not hunger. I think the mental food, right? That's I mean, we're talking about food. As I had this question about the nutriments. So Buddha talk about the 4 kinds of nutriments. Nutriment, whether solid or the liquid, like food or drinks we need to like maintain, sustain our life. And of course, the mental nutriments of mano sanchetana, meaning thoughts, the continuous thought process, and vijnanahara, and then also that's the consciousness food and contact food. Those are the other 3. So I think that the predominant is the mano sanchetana thoughts, because contact food and food of consciousness also give rise to the thoughts. So thoughts are the main form of food. So even if we see a physical food, those are the thoughts. Should I eat it? Should I not eat it? Like desires. For that again is a thought.
Yes, your thought is the most important problem, really. That's why you have to practice a lot of mindfulness, restrain from thinking as much as possible. Once you can control your thought, then the other action, your speech and your physical activity will not be able to go on without the mind, without the thought telling what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So once you can control the thought, then you can control the action of speech and of body.
So the thought kind of gets out of your system pretty much in the second jhana. Right? First jhana is there is still your thinking is there, vitaka vichara is present. The thoughts disappear in the second jhana level.
Yes, the thought here that refers to the thought on your meditation object, not on on thinking about other things. I'm not sure. Maybe when you use mantra, bhutto, bhutto, that's the thought. That's what you should be thinking about.
Thinking.
Not thinking about working in your clinic or anything like that. Think about Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Or think, if you're watching your breath, think about your breath. Until your mind start to become absorbed and all the other thought disappear, then you can stop the mantra and then you will be in whatever level of jhana. Sometimes you can go straight directly from the first to the fourth.
So there is the Bhutto is kind of helps you to like a short circuit the other thoughts, and then it's a kind of pathway for breath meditation. Like it helps facilitate to focus on the breath because it's a form of mindfulness of like a sound, or I guess.
Or sometimes you don't need to use the breath at all. Just use the mantra, and the mantra can bring you into the fourth jhana right away. But sometimes, if you want to, if your mind is quite restless and think a lot of things, you might use mantra to slow it down to the point where you can watch your breath. Or you can use the mantra alone.
So are you still aware of the time and space, or you lose the time and space in the fourth jhana?
Do it. I cannot give you the answer. You have to do it yourself. You're trying to trick me. Huh?
No. I was thinking sometimes the time, you don't need a timer. I guess time goes, right? You don't need a meditation timer because you're not worried about the time.
Eat the food, you'll find out how good the food is.
Huh?
Eat the food.
Okay, yeah. Taste the food.
Yeah.
Yes. Rather than the recipes. We can eat the recipes.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ajahn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go to Professor Ken from Switzerland. You teaching today, Professor?
Yeah, I have a little bit of teaching today, Ajahn, but
do you have to move your clock also in Europe?
This coming weekend, it's Easter weekend, it goes forward on Sunday morning.
I see. It's vary from country to country.
Yeah, it's currently just after 2 p.m. here at the moment, and it's going forward on Sunday.
So next week will be 3 p.m. by this time.
Yeah. Which is a bit better for my timing. So Ajahn, I have a question on if we think about the 5 hindrances. Is there a recommended order in which we should go through the hindrances, or should we simply consider which ones apply to ourselves and focus on them?
Which one happened to appear at that time? And you have to deal with that one particular one. But if you want to cover all the 5 in advance, you can do that also. Like if you keep the 8 precepts, you're controlling your sensual cravings, sensual pleasure cravings. And if you're in doubt of the Buddha, Dhamma, or Sangha, you should do a lot more study about the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. The more you learn about them, the more the clearer you understand them, and the less doubt you will have in them. You can do this ahead of time. And as far as your sexual desire, then you have to use contemplating on Asubha. Try to look at the unpleasant parts of the body, like the internal organs. Look at the corpses. Try to do the homework first, prepare it for when things happen, you can then use it right away. And if you are sleepy or drowsy a lot when you meditate, then you have to eat less, moderation in food consumption. And if you are restless, yes, you need to practice a lot of mindfulness. Try to contain your thoughts. It's your thought that makes your mind restless and agitated. So whether you do this right at the time of things happening or you do it beforehand, because if you prepare beforehand when things happen, then you'll find it easier to deal with it than having to start from scratch when things happen. When these hindrances happen, you might not be able to cope with it. So it's good practice to practice these 5 practices to counter your sensual cravings. Try to avoid your sensual activity as much as possible. Like if you can, keep the 8 precepts once and don't watch or listen to any entertainment. Don't eat or drink out when you don't have to. Eat just for maintaining the body, not eat for the pleasure of eating. This is something you have to do it ahead of time. And if you have anger, you have to practice metta or forgiveness. You have to learn to forgive other people when they do something wrong to you and you get angry at them. If you forgive them, then you can get rid of your anger. And if you keep listening to Dhamma talks, read Dhamma books, especially from the masters, you will be inspired and you will be not in doubt about the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And if you try to do moderation in eating, then you won't have much problem with sleepiness or drowsiness, sloth or torpor. And if you try to maintain mindfulness as much as possible, you can prevent the restlessness and agitation from happening. So if you're a full-time meditator, this is what you usually do. When you try to develop these 5 counter antidote to your hindrances. And your hindrances will not appear easily. They might still appear. Then you can use the particular antidote for that particular hindrance. If you get angry at someone, then you have to say, forgive them. If you start to have any sexual craving, you have to look at the 32 parts of the body. And you can do it anytime you like, beforehand or when the hindrance appear. But if you haven't prepared yourself with the antidote, when the hindrance appear, you might not be able to use the antidote.
Yeah, recently I've been trying to find days where I keep the 8 precepts more and more, and this is, I find, very effective in practicing.
Yes, it can curb or restrain your sensual cravings.
Yeah, and then I find that very effective in curbing the sensual. And then when I go back just to 5 precepts, I find it strengthened by the days when I kept 8.
You may not have doubt in the Buddha, Dhamma, or Sangha, maybe because you have constantly been studying or listening to Dhamma talk. So you're quite confident in the Buddha, Dhamma. Your faith in them is quite unshakable.
Yeah, I have no problem, I think, with that one. I think about maybe 10 years ago, I was reading a lot of things, including the books you mentioned earlier. I read those several times. But nowadays, I don't feel I need to read much at all, actually, because I've got that.
You just read what you really want to know. Just the specific thing about your practice.
Yeah. Like the main book I try to read is the one here in the heart. Apart from that, I think I've read enough.
Yeah, read your heart.
Yeah. That's the book I'm reading at the moment.
Yeah. That's a real Tripitaka. That's where all the Tripitaka comes from your heart, the Buddha's heart.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
It's very helpful, Tanajan. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Go to Claudia now. Claudia, you're in Basel.
Good afternoon from Basel, Tanachan.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so far today I have good news to share. So the first is that I'm almost finished with my first draft of the translation of Tanachan's biography. And I hope being able to put my handwritten draft into the PC. I prefer writing with my hand, but to send it to Kenneth for correcting the translation, I need to put it in the PC. So I'm almost finished with the first draft of the translation. And yesterday I visited the Dhammapala monastery with a friend, and it was a very good visit. And I got the permission from the abbot. I think Ajahn Kamasiri is the abbot. I got the permission that I may go to the Dhammapala monastery also to translate there. So I can take, if I want a complete day, go by train to the monastery, take a complete day to translate in the monastery, taking time for meditation, and this feels so good. I'm so happy that I got this permission, and the secretary of the Dhammapala monastery said to me, if I want to come to translate the next book, I just need to give or write her an email, and then she makes sure that I can get a room for myself where I can do the translations in silence, and where I have a separate room, and I feel just blessed. It's such a good feeling that I can do that.
Yes, that would be very good. It keeps you closer to the Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha, and also help to calm your mind by doing this type of activity.
Yes, yes. I also reduced watching the news. So currently I have news 3 days on Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday. And currently I keep it under control. So I hope that I can keep going with reducing watching the news.
Yes, the news is the same, and you cannot change them anyway. That's how things happen. I think the real news that you should be watching every day is your future, that is of aging, sickness, and death.
Yes, yes.
And this is the news that will happen to everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
So once you see this news, then you don't need to worry about other news. You know how things are going to end anyway, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It doesn't matter who becomes president or prime minister, you know, they will all end up dead.
Yes, that's for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's difficult, but today I realized that this week it's already the 4th day, so I started not to watch the news on Saturday. So I had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and today, and the urge to watch the news is getting less. So I think this is a good sign.
Yes, don't forget the real news. Buddha said you should think of the aging, sickness, and death every day, as much as possible. That's the real news.
Yeah.
All the other are fake news.
I'm going to count my wrinkles each day now, then I get the news another. Yeah.
And it's important for you to be aware of this news, because then it will prepare your mind for it when you have to face it. And if you have a mind that is ready to face it, then there will be no dukkha. So this is really more important news than any other news.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah,
Okay, good.
no
Anything else?
question.
Okay,
No, thank you.
you're welcome. Go to Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Tanjan. Hope you're doing well. Don't have any questions tonight. Just happy to be listening in.
You're from Kuala Lumpur, huh?
Yes. But originally, I'm from Penang.
I see. What's
yeah.
the population in Kuala Lumpur?
I think probably about 10 million.
10 million.
Yeah,
5 million.
Well, yeah. I mean, depending on how you define the Kuala Lumpur itself.
The whole thing,
Yeah.
the outskirts also, everything.
Yeah, 10
10 million. Okay, very crowded or not?
Certain parts are crowded. Certain parts okay. It depends on where you are situated. So yeah, I mean it's a bit more crowded.
And the air quality, is it good or bad?
It's now good, but when it's around probably about September, it may get bad because of the heat.
Forest fire?
Yes, the burning of
From
forest.
Indonesia, usually.
Yeah, usually. yeah. But because the monsoon, the southwest monsoon, there is a month or 1.5 months like that where the air doesn't move, so that's where the case would start.
Okay, but usually you have lots of rain, right?
Rains every day. I mean, this year especially this year is a bit weird because it's almost the end of March, and usually the end of March is a warm season. We're having very warm days, and then it will rain sometimes in the evening or in the night, and usually it doesn't happen then. Maybe it's due to global warming. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, climate change.
Yeah, climate change. Yeah, so it's usually in March, April, where the grass is dry, and it's hot. But now it's hot, but you have rain, and it's heavy, the rain.
Yes, I think the average temperature of the world has risen.
Yeah.
According to the report.
Yes.
Okay. So you have no question?
Today, no. Still practicing. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like a lot of people, as I mentioned, it's harder to practice when you're working, and you see much easier in an environment where you don't have distraction. Especially for news, especially with food and things like that. I mean, even on the days of the 8 precepts, right? Because I live in a city, in an apartment near quite a crowded area. Sometimes during meditation, where I sit long enough, sounds which are far away, like I don't know, maybe because there's a band playing or some musician playing, I can actually hear it. So it's comparable. I mean, if you practice in the temple, you don't have this type of distraction. So I mean, I try to close the door, try to close the windows and things like that, but when you are in not concentration, but sometimes when you're sitting in meditation, right, when your mind is trying to go into stillness or whatever, your sensory perception becomes sometimes a bit sharper. You tend to pick up like noises far away, but I can actually discard it.
Have you tried using earplugs?
Yes.
Does that work?
Yeah. It has that hollow kind of echo with it. Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, I can block the noise out. It's not an issue. It's just that sometimes it's just a far noise or maybe it's a very soft, very, very soft, music playing. I don't know, it could be my neighbor, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, just as long as you don't get involved with them.
Yeah, no. I'll just tend to just block it out. I mean, it's the city. I mean, I have to live with it. I mean, I try to close all the windows, the glass windows, even put a thick curtain, to block the sound. Yeah, I mean, that's the best. But practicing the temple, practicing out in the open, right, where you do your precepts, right? It's much conducive. Yeah.
Okay. You just have to do whatever you can with whatever you have.
Right.
Okay. I'll go to Full Moon now. Full Moon, where are you from?
Good evening, Ajahn.
Yes, can you speak louder, please? Okay.
Good evening.
Yes,
Ajahn.
good. Go ahead.
I'm from China.
Yes, where in China? Guangzhou?
No, Guangxi.
Guangxi.
Yes.
Okay. Is that near Guangzhou? No, not.
Yes, near Guangzhou.
Okay.
Just on the right of the Guangzhou.
East of Guangzhou or west of Guangzhou?
East.
East, okay.
Yes.
All right.
I have one question.
Okay.
The question is that dear Lumpur, for someone who has dropped Sakaya Ditti, does that mean that he is a Sotapanna?
Yes, if he can see clearly that the five khandhas are not have no self.
No, I means that the Sakaya Ditti, not five aggregates.
That's what it is. Sakaya Ditti is the wrong view. To see the five khandha as a self, when in fact the five khandha has no self. They are just natural phenomena. The body.
You mean Sakaya Ditti is the five aggregates?
The view of that the five aggregates has the self. There is no self in the five aggregates. Like your body, there's no you in the body.
Yes.
So there's no you in the body, then you should not worry about the body, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you still worry about your body?
No, I don't worry about it.
You still think the body is you?
No, I don't think it was me. I think it's just body and it's empty. You'll die someday.
Yeah, but this is only thinking. You have to prove it, see.
Okay.
Okay, understand?
Yes, but yes.
Some people think that they understand and they think they can become a sotapanna from understanding. You have to prove it. Like maybe don't give food to your body for a few days and see how you react.
Oh, I was scared.
Okay, then you're still not sotapanna.
Oh.
Or if you have to go and sleep in the cemetery for a couple of nights, see how you react.
Okay.
All right. Thinking and actually knowing is two different things. Knowing
yes.
if anything happens to your body, you don't feel bad. You just feel normal. Or when you go to sleep in a cemetery, you sleep soundly. You have no fear. Then you can become a Sotapanna. Or when you get sick, the doctor you only have 6 months to live, and you say, okay, that's fine. The body is not me. Then maybe you can become a Sotapanna that way. But by just merely thinking and not seeing the thing happening to your body yet, then you don't know how you would react, right? When things happen to your body.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you think you can drop the Sakaya Titi already?
No.
Okay. Then you have to try it. Try to, try to hurt your body, but not in a, in a physical way, not in the torturing or hurting it but expose it to danger, like go sleep in the cemetery or go spend a night in the forest by yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I will see it.
How would you react if you get cancer and the doctor say you only have 6 months to live?
I will happy.
You feel happy, huh?
I will feel happy.
You sure?
Yes, because I don't want to live too long. I think the life is too dukkha. So I don't like to live too long. I just have a dream that one day I can be a Sotapanna and I go away.
Okay, I hope you can become one, or you are one right now. All right. Anything else?
Yeah. No, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll go to New Zealand now. Anura and Ramya. You also have to move your club?
Good evening, Ajahn. We are moving backwards.
Back now,
7th of April.
Reverse.
Yeah, in a 1 week's time. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, after it. Yeah.
So you're going into the winter.
Now is autumn.
Autumn, yeah.
Getting cooler, and all the trees are falling their leaves. It's become beautiful as well. Colors are changing.
Yeah.
It's much
opposite
cooler
of the northern hemisphere. You go into spring, you go into autumn.
It's getting the winter now. It's getting cooler. Need to turn on the heaters sometimes. So yeah, getting to that mode. So
Okay.
I have no question, Ajahn, today. Do you have any question?
This is me now, then.
Okay.
No question, Ajahn. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I'll go to Diana from Wales. Hi, Diana.
Greetings, Tanajan. I was wondering, I've got this book about Ajahn Chah.
Yes.
Was he in your monastery?
Ajahn Chah or Ajahn Chah?
Oh, Chah.
Oh, that's Ajahn Chah. He's the teachers of Ajahn Sumedho and all the most Western monks. They study with Ajahn Chah. And I think Ajahn Chah is Ajahn Mahaprabhu's contemporary.
Uh-huh. It's like a lineage, isn't it? It's passed from one to the other.
Yes, it's like a school. You go to the school, they have their particular tradition you follow too.
No questions, thank you.
How is your practice coming along? Good?
I still struggle to make the time to meditate. I do read or listen to Dhamma every day. I think I just haven't found the right time to do it. I think I probably should do it first thing in the morning.
Why do you want to do meditation? Is there any purpose in doing it?
Yes, to calm my mind.
Okay. Okay. Unless you know that's what you're getting if you meditate. You can
Yes.
get your mind can become calmer and more peaceful and less irritated, less agitated.
And I think I know obviously mindfulness is a practice for every day, but I think it brings that pause, that ability to pause before we respond or react to things that are happening.
Yes, you become more restrained. You don't
Yes.
react automatically or emotionally. You tend to
Yes.
use more rationality the more mindfulness you have.
Yes. I don't always react. Sometimes I am able to notice my emotional response before I do or say anything. But I would like to meditate more so that I develop better in
More
that
restraint, more equanimity, less reactive.
Yes. I mean, generally, I'm very, very happy.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of doing meditation, is to keep us happy.
And I notice if I have an emotional reaction to something, and I know it's, like you were saying last week, we create our own sufferings. If we listen to our emotional reactions, it's nearly always ego, and it's our creation of our own misery. So
at least now you know the problem. So now
yes.
it's trying to fix it.
Yes. Yes.
And fixing it, you need a lot of mindfulness to do it.
Yes. And I think I still have some fear. My husband's going away, and I always feel a bit less safe when he's not in the house if I'm on my own. And that, of course, it's like you say, go and sleep in the cemetery, then you know what you're afraid of, isn't it? So obviously I still have attachment to my life.
Yes, I think there's a lot of misunderstanding with people who think they understand that the body is not them, but they don't know that that's not enough. They have to prove it by expose the body to some type of risk or danger, and see how they react to that. But lots of people think by understanding, by reading and thinking, they think they are a sotapanna.
But I think it'll be a good opportunity to practice. It'll be easier for me to practice, and then and be more mindful of what my equanimity is really when I'm on my own.
Yeah, then you'll find out. If you don't, you can use more mindfulness to help you maintain or develop more equanimity. When you're afraid or fearful, you might be just meditate or recite a mantra. and stop your mind from thinking about the danger. When you don't think about the danger, then the fear will disappear.
Mm. Mm. But I need to maybe decide a time and be more disciplined, I think.
Yes, you should do all the time as much as possible.
Mm.
Don't procrastinate because you don't have much time left.
I know. And I always remember what you said about we are very fortunate to have come across the Buddha's teaching in this lifetime, and we don't know what we will come across
In our
another
next
time.
lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So we
better
need,
take advantage of
Yeah.
the Buddha's teaching now, while we
Yeah.
still can.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Go to Indonesia. Intan.
Good evening, Prajan.
Yes. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Prajan?
Good. You have any question?
Yes, I have 3 questions. First, if a family person to be anagami, can they stay at their family and running their business?
Normally, if they are real anagami, they don't want to do any more business. They don't want to deal with anybody. They want to go become a monk or a nun.
Okay. So I can say if someone say she is anagami, but she's still running their business, it is question mark for us.
Well, there's no need to worry about what they say or what they do. It's not our business anyway.
Okay. The second question, why Prajan not have a student as a Meiji in Wat Yan?
See, they don't want to have permanent merchi staying there because they found a lot from past experiences. When you have lots of merchi living together, they tend to fight.
Okay.
So they want to avoid this problem.
Mm.
So they only allow people to stay temporarily for 7 days. Then there won't be much problem among them. If they stay together for a long time, they'll start to have, attachment to things, and then they can start to fight with each other.
Number 3, can we reproduction Pra Ajahn book Beyond Birth in Indonesian?
Yes, you're welcome to do it. I think that somebody has translated. Have you translated?
Yes. Yeah. Can we change the cover?
You can do anything with it as long as you don't change the story.
Okay. Thank you, Prajan.
You're welcome.
Prajan, if I have a planning go to Wat Yan on July, at Wasa period, more better now I register or?
Well, you check with the administration, the people who do the, do the.
Okay. Thank you, Prajan.
Okay, you're welcome. Go to Brazil. Alfredo from Sao Paulo.
Hi, Bante.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
The emotions is not so good, né, Bante? The emotions is thinking. Not samadhi, Bante, not samadhi.
Yeah. Not ubeka.
Yes. The peoples are very, very happy, but it's not so good, Bante.
What do you mean?
Permanent.
Impermanent.
Yes.
There's nothing permanent in this world. Everything is temporary.
Yes. Yes.
Only ubekkha is permanent. You can practice and maintain ubekkha until it become permanent.
Yes. Yes. The samadhi is the form of life, Bhante.
Samadhi is a form of life.
Yes. Is a type of life.
It's a state of mind. It's just,
If a person have meditation for big periods, for big time, is life a life, but is how a life is the same.
he will, according to the law of karma, he will become a Brahma when he dies. His spirit will become a Brahma. The
But nothing like
highest spiritual being.
Yes.
Within the three realms of existence. But they are not yet noble beings like Sotapanna.
Yes.
In order to become Sotapanna, they have to have wisdom. They have to understand the Four Noble Truths and the five khandhas.
Yes. Samadhi is a support.
Yes, samadhi is a tool to support your wisdom.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, have you got?
And wisdom is so difficult, né, Bhante? And samadhi is very, very important because wisdom is so difficult, né?
Yes, we keep forgetting the truth. We keep seeing things as permanent when there's no permanent in anything. We keep seeing self in things that there's no self, like the body.
Yes.
So it's very difficult to uproot this view.
Yes.
You have to constantly tell yourself, this body is not me, this body is not me. Yeah. This body is temporarily, it's going to get old, get sick, and die. You have to keep reminding your mind all the time.
Yes.
So it's difficult because we don't like to think about these things, right?
Yes. It's easy to say, but difficult to do, né, Bhante?
That's right. Okay. Now you become enlightened.
Yes.
To know that it's difficult to do.
Yes.
It's easy to think, but it's difficult to do.
Yes.
Okay. You're
Okay.
wiser now. You're wiser now.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
Good. Go to Leon. Hi, Leon. Where are you from?
Good evening, Tanajan. I currently live in Singapore.
Yes, what can I help you?
Yes, Tanajan. About a month ago, I asked for some advice as a to do meditation as a beginner, and Tanajan suggested that I work on mindfulness first, and then when I have time, I watch the breath at the tip of the nose. Watch it breathe in, breathe out. So right after that session, I tried, and I found that I felt really like I felt really calm. Like I could feel that somewhat it seems like there's some stillness, and I was just aware of my breath, very gentle. But after that, I didn't practice for a few days, and then I was trying to get back into the rhythm, and I find it very difficult. And I found that it's easier to do it when it's quiet. And now that I heard you said we can use the earplugs, maybe it would help me even better. And so I need to ask for some advice on how do I like I tried telling I try to do the watch the tip of the nose and just tell myself breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, watch the breath, breathe in, breathe out. And when that doesn't work, I use Buddho. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There's always something random coming into my mind. And when I watch that thought, I'm aware of it. I try to bring my attention back to, or my awareness back to the breath. But more and more increasingly, it just becomes more and more frequent for these random thoughts to just keep coming in. I can't even control it.
That's because you haven't yet practiced enough mindfulness. So before you meditate, you should, when you're not meditating, you should keep practicing mindfulness all the time. From the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, try to control your thoughts by focusing on a mantra if you can. Recite Bhutto, Bhutto all day long. As soon as you wake up, when you start to think, you stop the thinking by reciting the mantra instead. Only thing when you really have to, when you have to think about something important, what to do, then you can stop your mantra temporarily. But once you finish your thought, you know what you have to do, then you stop your thinking and then just return to the mantra again as much as possible.
So when I recite the mantra, it's okay to do it like if I'm walking?
Yes, all the time, just mentally reciting in your mind. You're walking, standing, sitting, eating, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, dressing, whatever you do. When you don't need to think, then if you think, then you should use the mantra to stop it from thinking.
And when I recite Buddho, should I be aware of like what?
Yes, you have to be aware of what you do.
Okay.
Focus on what you do, and also recite the mantra to prevent your mind from thinking about other things at the same time.
Okay.
Or you can just focus on what you do and don't even have to recite the mantra if you can, if you like.
Okay.
But sometimes your mind might slip away while you're eating. Your mind might go thinking about shopping or doing something else. Then maybe using a mantra will be more useful. You can bring it back to your eating, to whatever you do.
Okay.
The goal is to stop thinking aimlessly.
Understand.
Then if you can do this when you meditate, you'll find it easy to meditate. Your mind won't be running all over the place.
All right. Okay.
So you have to go back, you have to come back to the first step for it, which is mindfulness. Mindfulness, then meditation follow. The more mindfulness you have, the easier you will be with your meditation. The more result you will get from your meditation. During your first session, maybe it's because you were more or less mindful at that time, so you find it peaceful from your meditation. But then the second time or third time, you're not mindful like the first time.
Okay.
Or maybe because you're expecting it to happen just like the first time, without being mindful enough.
Yeah. I'll try that. Thank you very much, Ajahn.
Okay. All right. I'll go to Bangkok now with B. Rabin. Hi, B.
Hi, Prachan. Good evening.
How are you?
I am well, thank you. Prachan, how are you as well?
Good, good.
Yes. So Prachan, I have one question for tonight. It's regarding one of the first three fetters, the attachment to rites and rituals. So just for my understanding, for a person who is a Sotapanna who has eradicated the first three, they still perform rite and ritual, but they are not attached to it. Whereas a lay person, they are attached to it and hope for something from it, right?
See, when you do some ritual because you want to do something, right? You want to get something from doing, like if you're afraid you might lose your job, so you have to do some ritual And this ritual might prevent you from losing your job. But a Sotapanna knows that the problem with you is not is your attachment to having a job, because you don't see that having a job is impermanent. See? It's not dependable, not reliable, not certain. It's a nija. Having work or not having work, you cannot always control it. See, with the Sotapanna, he sees this situation, and he sees the dukkha come from having the desire or the cravings to have this work all the time and not losing the work. But the Sotapanna also see the truth that the job is not always dependable. You might lose it any time, any day. So instead of having to do the ritual, the Sotapanna prepare for the worst, prepare for losing the job, accept the truth, and then there will be no dukkha. So there's no need to do any rites or any rituals with the Sotapanna. If he sees the Four Noble Truths, everything arises, all your stress comes from your cravings. And the things that cause you, the things that you are attached to is impermanent, not reliable, not stable, not something that you can always depend on or have. So when you see the truth, then you say, okay, you might lose it, and you have no resistance to the truth, no cravings for having it all the time. When that happens, then you have no stress. So when you have no stress, there's no need to do any rituals. People do rituals to get rid of the stress in creating by the uncertainty of things that they still hang on to or attach to. But the Sotapanna see everything as impermanent. So he doesn't attach to anything. He willingly let things go if the time for it to go. So there's no stress. So there's no need to go do any rituals.
So rituals is for people who want a false sense of security.
Yes, feel good, feel hopeful that they have done something that might help them maintain or retain what they want to keep.
I sometimes observe, people do many sorts of rituals, whether it's the time we need to get married, or the time that they need to what color should they wear, or
Because they want their life to be good, nothing bad happens to them. See, but the Sotapanna know that life is both good and bad. They come and go, they change. Sometimes good, sometimes it's bad. So the Sotapanna can accept both sides of the story. But for unenlightened people, they only want the good side. They don't want the bad side. So they want to make sure that whatever they do will ensure that they only have good things happening to them. So they have all kinds of rituals. They build a new house, they have to do rituals before they go and live in that new house. They get a new car, they have to go to a monastery to have a monk to bless the car first. These are rituals. Okay.
So it's actually just cause and action. What we do will have consequences. It's not about the rituals.
The problem with people doing rituals, they don't see the impermanent nature of things. With a Sotapanna, he sees the impermanent nature of things, and he knows he cannot control them all. Sometimes they can be good, sometimes they can be bad. A Sotapanna see whatever rises will come to cessation one day, sooner or later.
Yes, Prajat. I begin to see this point quite clearly when after I meditate, and because I realize that it doesn't help to do rituals if we are still not acting in a wholesome way, but we hope that these rituals will get us out of certain situations. It just doesn't seem logical that it would work. So sometimes
It's psychological. It's
yeah.
psychological.
Oh, okay.
It makes you feel
Psychological.
assured that things will be fine because you have done the necessary thing, the ritual, to guarantee your success, for instance.
I find that very hard to believe. I try to stay in the present, and okay, if I want to be successful, I need to work hard. I have to have a good mindset, not rely on the easy way out. So it's quite surprising that quite a lot of people still do that. That's my reflection for tonight.
Because they never listen to the song, Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Have you heard that? Have you heard that song before?
Oh yes, my
Okay.
parents would sing
Que
it to me
sera,
when I was
sera.
young.
Okay. Whatever will be, will be. It means things are not always the same. Things can change anytime.
Yes, Prajan. And there was an earlier discussion we had. You mentioned the song "Both Sides Now." To look at things from both sides now.
Up
That's
and
also a
down,
good one.
yes, good and bad. Yeah, this is the way things work in life. This is the nature of anicca, anatta. Anatta, you cannot control them. You cannot tell things to only be good for you. No, nothing bad will happen to you. You cannot do that. So you prepare your mind to accept both sides of the story.
I think one of the things you told me, Prajan, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Yeah, or expect the worst.
Oh.
Then you will not be disappointed when the worst happen.
Because we expected it to happen.
Yeah, I know it's gonna happen. This guy gonna screw me, something like. So when he does, you say, okay, So you don't trust anybody. I mean, you don't trust that they will always be good to you. You will always think one day they can turn around and snap and stick a knife in your back.
That's true. It's good to reflect, Prajan. I feel that it's really helped, especially after meditation. I reflect on this,
Yeah, on impermanence.
Be
Everything,
more realistic.
Yeah, nothing you can depend on or say that will be like this all the time. Things can change anytime.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Anything else?
Not for now. Thank you, Prajan.
Okay. Go to Ninning. Hi, Ninning. Can you hear me? Ninning.
Yeah, I can hear you, Ajahn.
Where are you from, Ninning?
I am from Indonesia.
Okay, where? Jakarta?
Good evening, Ajahn. This is my second time.
Yes.
My first time, the audio not working well. So,
I see.
yeah.
Okay,
I have
good.
one question about meditation.
Yes, go ahead.
Usually, I start my practice with nimitta. So, if the light is not so bright, I will try to do the metta meditation, the loving kindness, and then when I feel it's enough, so I start with the nimitta again, and then when the nimitta is very bright, so I become more calm, and I stay in that equanimity, and I will spend hours for that practice. My question is, what should I do with that peace, Ajahn? Because I usually after getting peace, I just stay in that peace until I end up my practice.
Yes,
Just
if you have peace, then try to maintain peace as much as possible all the time. Even after you come out of meditation, if you can try to maintain that peace, continue to maintain peace all the time, because peace is good for your mind.
yeah. And lately I don't have any problem with my life. I feel happy and I just feel that I can do anything. I mean, I just get what I want, what my plan getting smooth. But sometimes, Ajahn, in the real life, when somebody attack me with the bad speech. My cousin said that what's the purpose for my practice, because I'm getting so far away from the family gathering, and then I lost my appetite for being in the crowd like that. Should I reply to should I respond to that attack or not, Ajahn? Should I explain to them or not?
Well, if you can explain to them, you can do it. But if you find that if you explain to them and they won't understand, then there's no point to explain to them. Because this is something different from people normally. People find happiness with being with other people. But for you, you find happiness by being alone.
Yeah. And then because I belong to the big family, and then when I attend the family gathering, most of the people sometimes looks not like me.
Yeah.
So every time should I greet them first, since they are younger than me?
Yes, you can greet everybody first. You can show your loving kindness to everybody. Doesn't matter whether younger or older. You can always say hello, hi, how are you to everybody.
Because I don't know, because sometimes I'm confused how to react to all of the
people, things. When you are with people, then you have to use loving kindness, metta. You have to say hello. You have to be kind, be nice to them. But when you're alone, then you can use equanimity, ubekha, peace.
So what I do in that meditation, is it right? Just stay in that peace?
Yes, for as long as possible, as much as possible. And don't get angry or don't get sad by whatever you come across with. Try to keep your mind happy all the time, peaceful all the time.
Yeah, because
Can you do that? Can you be peaceful all the time, even when you are with other people?
A few years ago, in detail, I can see my life in detail a few years ago. Actually, I don't want to see it. Just after I get so calm and peace, sometimes I see something that maybe I don't want to see it, but I see it in clear detail. When everybody think that,
I think your connection is not good.
Who hurt? Yeah. So I
cannot understand what you say because of your connection come on and off.
Yeah, sorry.
Can you say it again?
Okay. In every meditation, I just have its own phenomena. Sometimes I see my life few years ago, like that. But sometimes I just see something that will happen in the next future. But actually, when I see it, when I see something like maybe I see the building or the town in the next future, I go to Shanghai and see that building, just like that. So should I try to practice my intuition, what I see in meditation, or just let it go away?
Just let it go away. Just know it and let it be. Just leave it alone.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. Don't be attached to what you see. Just know it for what it is. And whether it's going to be true or not, then you have to wait and see.
Because sometimes it's just a clue, but I don't understand what it is, and in the next future it will happen just like that.
Yeah, okay, just know that it will happen. And just know that, look at it as being anatta, like things that you cannot control. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But you just happen to know ahead of time, that's all. But you cannot prevent it from happening or not happening.
Should I contemplate anatta and I say in my meditation or not?
Well, if you, anatta means to teach you to see that things are like that. Just leave it alone. Don't worry about it. That's what it means.
So thank you for the answer. So I just have to stay peace in my practice.
Yes,
just
all the time, as much as possible.
Yeah, just
When you practice alone or when you're with people, try to maintain peace all the time.
even for 3 hours, 4 hours, I just maintain my peace.
Yes, and then after you come out of meditation, when you're with people, also try to keep peace, keep your mind peaceful also.
Yeah, I understand, Ajahn.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And Ajahn, I have a plan to practice in Wat Yan for temporary. Is it okay?
Yes, you can contact the temple for reservation. Make reservation.
Yeah, maybe in July or August, because I think that I need a very quiet place to practice, just like that.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Okay, I'll go to Vince now. Vince Chua from Singapore. Haven't seen you for a long, long time.
That's true. But I always know that if I have a problem, I can always come into this meeting room.
Why? You think you can solve your problem here?
Yes, I believe in you, Ajahn. Okay. My question is, I think I want to understand a little bit more about knowing mind. And knowing mind seems to be impermanent. And how does it arise? Because I want to clear my doubt about knowing mind being, we can manipulate knowing mind. So my question is, knowing mind is definitely impermanent. It rises and fall away. And how does it arise?
I think this is the misunderstanding. Knowing mind doesn't rise or cease. Knowing mind is constantly knowing.
Okay.
It's the thinking mind that rises and ceases. The thinking mind. But the knowing mind doesn't. The knowing mind always know. But the thinking mind keep think. It can think and it can stop and it can think about some other thing. So I keep changing the thinking mind.
Okay. And Okay, now I think that clarified 80% of it. And the next question I'd like to ask is, seems like the knowing mind can be fabricated. I just take 2-3 breaths and body awareness. Then I know I bring up my knowing element and the space element. Then I'm in this stress-free environment. I can always summon like loving kindness, or I summon joy. Then I will smile. Then I'm in this stress-free zone. Is that thinking mind or knowing mind? Or am I using the knowing mind to fabricate something?
I don't know. I don't think you have to worry about which is which. What is important is what you think. If you think wrong, then you should stop your thinking. Think rightly. Think about the truth. Think about the anicca, dukkha, anatta. If you think opposite of it, then you should stop. That's all. Don't have to worry which one is which. It's the one mind that do many different functions. That's what it is. There's only one mind, but this one mind, it has 5 abilities: knowing, feeling, thinking, perceiving, and contacting the body through the 5 sensual organs. This is the knowing. This is the mind. It has 5 abilities.
Is feeling a good way to use as a sensor to see whether I'm disturbed or not?
That's right, because if you feel good, then it's okay. But when you feel bad, then it means your mind is not thinking properly. If you're thinking properly, then your mind will have no dukkha.
So when I create this stress-free environment in the space, so I'm in my space awareness, right? I'm in this stress-free environment, and it seems my effort go into remission, and I'm not keen in contemplating things. Is that okay? It seems like I'm stuck in that area, like you go into a stress-free mode.
Can you explain again? I can't quite understand.
So if my knower comes in and I'm more aware of my space, so I'm more like so-called a neutral mind. Once you're in your neutral mind, I find that I'm not very interested in, my effort, the right effort, which is one of the components, the effort seems to go into remission. That means I'm not interested in investigating the Dhamma, or neither interested to engage the world. So I thought that hampers my knowledge or the development of, that means I'm not very keen to investigate the world, because everything you seem to accept and let it go, and then you go into this stress-free environment.
Well, you really want to establish equanimity in your mind. That's the goal, not to react to anything that's happening. Just leave everything alone.
But then I feel a bit lazy. Lazy in the sense it doesn't seem that I need samatha anymore. I'm not interested in contemplating. I'm not interested in listening to Dhamma talk anymore. It's just like that.
It doesn't matter as long as you are not. If you have no dukkha, then you don't need to do anything. It's only when you have dukkha, then you need to get rid of it. And to get rid of it, you need Dhamma to get rid of dukkha. But if you have no dukkha, then there's no need to do anything. It's like when you're not sick, you don't need to go to the hospital.
Because I'm afraid that I'm attached to that stress-free environment.
I don't know what you mean by attached. If it's good, you can be attached to it. If it's bad, then you should not be attached to it. Attached to the good thing is okay.
Okay. So because a few months ago I asked you, is it good to dwell in the pleasant feelings? So I'm enjoying that kind of, when I want to call joy.
If your pleasant feeling is permanent, if your pleasant feeling is permanent, then yes, you can indulge in that. But if it's not permanent, then you should not, because when it disappears, it can cause you dukkha.
Okay. Okay, can understand. I know that I know it's impermanent, but just that come back stress-free is quite good at home.
Well, stress-free can eventually become permanent. See,
Right.
when you finally get rid of all your cravings, then your mind will be totally stress-free all the time.
Okay, so I'm good, I think.
Okay.
I go and practice.
As long as you're happy, and then you don't need to do anything. It's only when you're not happy, then you have to somehow fix it. You know, it's not like your car. When your car going smoothly, then there's no need to fix your car, right? But when your car starts to stop and won't move, then you need to move it to a garage to have it fixed. Same way with your mind.
So I come to the point that I think in our practice, seems like we don't need a lot of so-called samatha meditation. Just a little bit, you get your awareness, you get your knowing element out, you get your space element out, your body awareness out. Then everything becomes very peace and calm and nothing on.
This is during normal situation, but when you're in a crisis, it might be different. If you happen to get cancer, then you might have a different things in your mind.
Yeah.
Your mind might start to react differently.
Then I understand that recently, last week, I do a colonoscopy. That scared me a bit.
Okay, so you're no longer in a stress-free situation.
So that's why I think my mind is fabricating the stress-free environment, stopping me from investigating Dhamma further and contented with a little bit of calmness, then you're happy already. But
That's
I
because
know where I'm coming.
you forget that the future that is waiting for you is not good for you. See, like aging, sickness, and death. So you have to contemplate on this thing and ask yourself whether you can be stress-free during this situation or not.
Okay, long way to go. Thank
It's
you.
not a
Ajahn.
long way. It might come to you very quickly.
My biopsies is coming up more next week, so I will see the result first.
I know, or maybe some type of accident could happen also.
I understand. Okay,
So you
I
cannot.
need to put-
You should not be complacent. You should always be ready. Prepare yourself to face any situation that might happen to you.
Okay, need more effort then.
Yeah, so this way will make you more strive for more Dhamma. See, if you think everything is good, perfect, then there's no need to do anything. But if you think things it's not gonna be like this all the time, things can be bad tomorrow. Who knows?
Okay. I will work hard.
Or you can imagine the situation. If this thing happened to you, how you gonna react? Can you be stressful when you lose all your money, or when you lose your loved ones, your wife leave you alone? So you have to imagine all this bad situation that can happen, and then test your mind whether it can remain stress-free or not. Okay.
Yep, I'm happy.
Right.
Thank you for your answer.
This way you will not be complacent. You will have to start to do something if you feel that you cannot be able to bear with the situation that can happen, then you might have to do more practice. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I'll be back again.
All right. Coaxing from Singapore. Back from Wat Yan now.
Yeah, thank you, Ajahn. I'm back home already. This evening, I have 3 things I want to thank Ajahn for. The first one is I verified that taking 1 meal per day is sufficient, and we can survive on 1 meal a day. Something which Ajahn mentioned in the past, that our body is like a gasoline tank, and once the tank is full, it can last us for one whole day, and I verified that. So thank you, Prajan, for this one. The second thing I want to thank Prajan is during the Pindapat. So when the first monk point a finger and asked me to take the food, I was a bit confused, do not know exactly what is it. So I asked the volunteer behind. So the volunteer behind is a Thai, so he was trying to explain to me. I could not really understand. And then but there's one word that he mentioned, and that is Buddha. And immediately at that instant, the thought that comes to my mind, oh, that this is a gift from Buddha, and yeah, I should take the food that is offered to me. And then later on, the second monk passed me the food, but this monk, he is able to speak in Chinese, and he said, 给你. Then straight away, I know straight away that I've no doubt that all this food, the monk is giving me this food. And at that time, I feel very, very happy and very blessed that, oh, even though Lord Buddha was 2,600 years ago established this rule, I'm able to receive this food gift from Lord Buddha 2,600 years ago, tradition that he has established as a livelihood for the monks as Pindapat. So I'm very grateful that Prajan, you have lived the legacy of the Lord Buddha on carrying out his legacy of Pindapat. So I want to thank Prajan for this this second thing. The third thing I'd like to thank Prajan is about using Buddha when we are in a dangerous situation. So when I was walking along there's one part of the footpath to the kuti was actually quite dark, and so at that time I did not use any torchlight, so I just walked. So I was walking, so I was afraid of stepping on snakes or so on. So I just recite Buddha, 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 and then yeah. So when I recite Buddha, so there is no fear. I can just walk along the footpath. And later during the daytime, then I saw that there's along footpath there are actually centipedes there, and so on. So, and lucky thing I did not step on any of the centipedes or any snakes. Even though one of the retreatants mentioned that he actually seen snakes around the area there. So I want to thank Prajan for teaching us of reciting Buddha when we are in a dangerous situation. Yeah. Thank you, Prajan.
Okay. So you find your stay there beneficial to you?
Yes, because it exposed me to a physical environment that I'm not used to. So used to the comfort and convenience of life in urbanized Singapore that is so safe and secure. So when I'm in that environment, at least expose me to the elements of the nature that I have to be aware when I'm walking in the forest, not to that there are dangers of snakes or centipedes, and not to step on it. And this is the reason why in the morning I follow the retreatants to sweep the footpath, to clear away all the leaves so that the footpath is clear, and also to avoid all these snakes or to so-called to rest on the footpath there. Yeah, so that it's safe for walking.
Okay, good.
I think the important thing is that after the one meal, then there was so much time from 9:30 a.m. onwards until the evening chanting. So there's a lot of time free for doing meditation, which is, I think, it's a plus point.
Yes, eating can take away your meditation time. Before eating, you will be worrying about what am I going to eat, and then you have to spend time eating, and then after you eat, you feel sleepy, you don't want to do any work or meditation. But you lose a lot of time by eating too many times a day. Eating once a day is sufficient for the body.
But now back home, I may not be able to practice one meal a day because I have to cook for my family. So I may try to practice having 2 meals, breakfast and lunch, and try to forgo my dinner. Yeah.
Why don't you try continue on with one meal?
Because I have to cook for my family. So
well, cooking is not eating. You can cook for them. You know, like you work in a restaurant, you cook for the customers, but you don't eat with the customers, do you?
Okay, I tried that. Yeah, I will see how it works out. Yeah.
Because your defilement, your kilesa still wants to eat. That's why.
Yeah, maybe.
If you use common sense, is that if I could eat once a day at Wat Yan, why can I eat once a day at my home now? It's just right. Try it. Try to convince yourself. It is beneficial for you both mentally and physically. Physically, you only eat once a day.
Yeah, I will see how it works out.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Go to Suland. Suland, this time you come in quite early.
Oh, hello, Ajahn. Nice to see you.
So how are you? Good?
Yeah, I'm good. Good. Yeah.
Have you been to any temples lately?
Oh, not really. Lately, haven't been going to temples.
Mm.
Yeah.
So have you done any meditation also?
Oh, lately not been practicing.
Not at all. Huh?
Yeah. So I want to get some motivation by joining the Zoom session.
You've been joining for a long time now. If you should get any motivation, you should have got it a long time ago.
Need to renew every week. Yeah.
It's not motivation that you need. You need determination.
Mm.
You know, you have to be determined. I'm going to meditate. Tell yourself this and set up a schedule for it and stick to it.
Mm.
Otherwise, you will not, no matter how much motivation you get, you won't be doing any meditation because you don't have the determination to do it.
Mm. Okay.
Atithan, Satya Atithan.
Satya Adita.
Satya means truth, true. Adithan means determination. You have to have true determination, not false determination. Sometimes people have determination, but they are false. When the time comes for them to do something, they don't do it. But they have the determination to do it. That's called false determination. You have to have true determination.
Mm.
If you're determined to do something, when the time comes to do it, you do it.
Okay.
You don't have any excuse for not doing it.
Oh. Yeah, I think I really lack in this.
That's what the Buddha used when he was sitting under the Bodhi tree.
Mm.
When he was looking for enlightenment, he said, "I want to sit under this tree until I become enlightened. Or else I would not stop meditating. I would not get up from this seat."
Mm.
So you have to have this type of determination, or else you would not be able to achieve anything.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Can you do that for me? From now on, I want to meditate 1 hour a day.
1 hour.
Just 1 hour a day. You have 24 hours. Can you just give one hour for meditation?
Mm. Okay, I will try to do it.
You'll be like coaxing. You say, "Oh, I should have done this long time ago."
Yeah, I need to
But
improve.
in order to do 1 hour meditation, you have to do many hours of mindfulness before that. So you have to try to practice mindfulness all day long, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep.
Mm.
Okay. If you can do this, then you can meditate when the time comes for you to meditate.
It's because of laziness, right? That we don't have the determination.
Lack of interest, maybe.
Lack of interest.
You're more interested in some other things, like shopping, eating, and watching movies.
I need to cultivate more interest in
Yeah.
meditation.
Yeah. See the benefit of meditation. The Buddha said the benefit you get from meditation is better than anything that you get from anything else. The taste of Dhamma excel all other tests. The taste of peace and calm of mind. Okay, I have to keep running now. There are other people
Thank you,
waiting.
Ajahn. Thank
Okay, go to Christine Goe from Penang.
Good evening, Tanajan.
Have you gone to the monastery yet?
No, my leave is next week.
I see, okay.
Yeah. And this week, I have to take care my parents because my both brothers and husband went to Thailand and Udon Thani to do all the donations.
Okay.
Yeah,
Looking
and
after your parents is a good practice also.
yes, sir. Yeah, so I'm happy that today I get my another extra 3 days approval to prolong my next week long practice 8 precept in temple. I'm so happy for that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, time is clicking every minute. I have to wear glasses. Getting old, cannot see.
Yes, you have to hurry up before your time will be up soon. We don't know when the time will come for us to leave this world. So try to make use of your time right now as much as possible for meditation.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir. I think I have to like Sulan make more effort and cultivate interest to do meditation.
Okay.
It's very hard because we every day go to work. Like Ajahn Tana Chan said, it's almost impossible to get jhana for laymen. Yeah, have to go back to monastery.
That's right. So try to go as much as possible. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Apalachita from Dubai.
Good evening, Prajan.
Good evening to you. Are you teaching today?
Yes, I had quite a few classes today, so I was a bit delayed, but I'm very happy that I managed to get back at least for a portion of the meeting.
Okay. Do you have any question?
No questions. I continue to practice, become more aware of my defilements, but I'm doing my best to put in the effort. That's it.
You're waking up from your delusion when you start to see your defilement.
Well, I guess that's good. Yes, there are so many.
The more mindfulness you have, the more you'll see the more of your defilement.
Yes.
So try to practice mindfulness as much as possible.
Yes, I'm actually trying to do that during the day, whether I'm driving or, the gaps between classes, listening to Dhamma talks. So I'm trying to reduce any other kind of even, podcasts, which I used to listen to before. And that is very helpful.
Good. Okay. I
So
hope you keep it up.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Go to Samanji now. Hi, Samanji. Are you in Colombo?
Yeah.
In Colombo.
Ajahn, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I live in Kalutara. I work in Colombo.
I see.
Kalutara is just about 1 hour away from Colombo. One
I
and a half
see.
hours. Yeah.
Mm. You commute every day to Colombo for work?
Yes.
I see.
Yeah. I have 2 questions today, Ajahn. Maybe one is about a Jataka tale actually in Vesantara Jataka. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
In Vesantara Jataka tale, King Vesantara gave away his children to an old man. Actually, it's they say that it's one of the best forms of donation. It's usually called as I have read it as it's the best form of donation, because he did it in fulfillment of his paramita. King Vesantara gave away his children. But in today's context, I'm always wondering, no parent has such a right to give away his or her child. If a parent does such a thing, it would be a violation of child's rights, and it's a punishable offense. But in that, according to this Jataka tale, King Vesantara, despite his children's dislike, he just gave away his children. How would you justify that? What happened in that Jataka tale? Can a parent give a child to another like that in fulfillment of his paramita?
It is a different time, different situation. So you cannot compare that time with this time.
Okay.
And I think that the intention of the Vesantara was to fulfill his perfection, his parami. Yeah. So he was willing to give everything, even his life.
So that is acceptable during
well, if you want to become a Buddha, that's what a Buddha a future Buddha would do.
Okay.
Be able to let go of everything, every form of attachment.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
So we cannot apply that on to normal people like us. We are attached to things, and we don't see the benefit of giving up things that we own. For someone who has given up something that they own and they feel relief, they feel that having nothing is better than having anything.
Well, the children didn't like it, no? They
have someone to look after. Instead of him, they have another old man to look after him. So he thought it's okay. He didn't abandon the children. He just gave it to somebody else to look after.
But his wife was ready to look after the children, not look after them.
Well, like we said, this is a story. There is so much detail about it. We just try to demonstrate his willingness to give up everything for the sake of building up the parami.
His willingness to give everything is highlighted there more than anything, no, Ajahn? Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Then my second question is actually about the jhanas. I want to know, because now still I don't have much of the knowledge about entering into jhanas. I have read quite a few Buddhist books, meditation books. It's even when we meditate, what do you mean by entering into jhanas? Is it kind of a different consciousness, different levels of a deep meditation, or could you explain to me what jhanas are?
Jhana is usually translated as absorption. The mind becomes absorbed into something, one thing, and forget about everything else. So when you meditate, you concentrate on your breath or on your mantra until your mind becomes one with the mantra or with the breath. And when that happens, the mind starts to become calm, peaceful, and happy, and become singularity, meaning it forget about everything else. All it has left is just itself, the knowing.
And there are 8 levels of jhanas, like
Yes, this depends on the level of calm achieved by absorption.
the highest calmness is 8 jhana. Am I
Yeah,
correct?
yes, they're divided into two levels, the rupa jhana and the arupa jhana.
So now I have started, I do a bit of meditation, but now what I do is like I focus on my breath and Ajahn, like maybe I can't do it for more than 20 minutes. Earlier I found it difficult even to do it for 10 minutes. Now I managed to do it for about 20 minutes. How long should we do it? More than 1 hour?
It's not the time that you should worry about. It's the quality of your meditation. How long can you be absorbed and be calm and peaceful? So if you can be calm and peaceful, you might usually remain longer in meditation than when your mind is not calm. And the factor that will make your mind calm or not calm is your mindfulness. So you have to practice a lot of mindfulness if you want to achieve better calm from your meditation practice.
So, and we keep our eyes closed and then still we are being asked to watch our breath, right? Then we have to look at our breath through our mind, right? Is it?
Yes, you have to constantly, when you're meditating, you have to, if you're using the breath, then you should just keep watching the breath and not let your mind go think about other things.
Watching in the sense where our eyes are closed, then we have to watch it through our mind.
Yes, you close your eyes. You close your eyes, and then you observe it through the feeling of the breath touching the tip of your nose. The sensation that of the breath touching your nose, or the sensation of feeling the breath coming in to your body and going out of your body. But you only watch it at the tip of your nose. Don't move your focus back and forth, because if you do, your mind will not be still. You want to make the mind still, so you have to focus only at one point.
Okay, thank you, Ajahn. Those are my 2 questions for today.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
I hope you will advance in your practice.
Yeah, I do it now more often.
You feel any calm, or you feel any sense of peace and happiness from doing it so far?
Yeah, a bit better actually. Sometimes like I lose temper when sometimes I get angry over smallest things, but now I think situation is getting better and I can concentrate on what I do. But I'm still a starter, Ajahn. I
Yes.
hope to do it.
That's very good. The important thing is mindfulness, okay, right now. You first need mindfulness before you can meditate successfully. Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much. Nice talking to you.
Okay. We'll go to Julia from Sweden. Long time, haven't seen you.
Hi.
How are
Nice
you?
to meet you. I'm good. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, very good.
I have been to Wat Yannasangwararam in California for 2 weeks, and now I'm back for 1 week. So that's why I'm here again. I'd like to have more contact with the Dhamma. I haven't really. Perhaps if you give me a few more minutes, I can come up with a question.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm gonna look through my question sheet, but perhaps if there can be someone else in between, then
Okay,
I'll be
I'll go
better
to
prepared.
someone else and then I'll come back to you later, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. We'll go to Juan. Any question from email or Facebook or YouTube?
Good evening, Paul. We have there are 4 questions from Facebook. First question from Metta Vadana. Ajahn, when the mind completely becomes one with the breath and you can't tell if you are breathing through the nose or the entire body, what should one do next?
You don't have to worry about whether you know the breath in that particular way. Just keep watching it coming in and out at the tip of your nose.
Second question from Shia Shin Chua. ท่านอาจารย์, can an enlightened being, enlightened person have Alzheimer, dementia? Will that affect his or her achievement as that person no longer has full working mind?
From what I've heard and see, usually an enlightened person usually have a presence of mind. So he doesn't have dementia or Alzheimer. Even at the age of 100 or something, they're still alert. The mind is always alert.
Next question from Ting Lu Te. Dear Thanajan, I find it difficult to keep up with my practice when I experience laziness and lack of motivation. How should I get in control of my feelings so I can practice when the day comes when I don't feel like it?
Just reflecting on death, contemplating on death, that life can end anytime. So it's not good to waste your time now. You know, when you think of death, then you might be able to become more diligent.
The last question from Shi. Dear Thanajan, how may a person with migraine practice meditation?
Well, if it's a physical ailment, you have to look after it first, because if you cannot fix the physical ailment, then it can be an impediment to your practice. So you might have to go see a doctor first and get your migraine fixed. Once it's fixed, then you can meditate.
That is all.
Okay. I'll come back to you now, Julia. You have the question yet?
Yes, so it's about the wakefulness. I have been trying to eat less and also then to sleep less, because these two seem to be connected. Like when you can eat just one meal a day, it's much easier to sleep just 5 hours a day or so. Now I'm back from the monastery, so I am eating more than one meal a day, but I'm trying to eat as little as possible and also to sleep less. But I think it's kind of hard to judge how much is enough sleep. Is it enough that your meditation is not, that you're not falling asleep during a meditation, or is it more like I can have levels of being awake. So for instance, I noticed that when I read difficult texts, that will be affected if I haven't slept as many hours as I was used to. Yeah, this is the question: how to judge whether you had enough sleep.
Well, it depends on your intensity of your practice, how much you want to practice. If you want to practice all the time or in your waking hours, then you might find if you become drowsy or sleepy, then it's either you have too much to eat or maybe your body need more sleep. But usually the general rule is the Buddha recommend monks to sleep only 4 hours a night, from about 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning. And after waking up at 2 o'clock, monks should start meditating, walking and sitting meditation until it's time for monks to go on alms round. In the evening, start at 6 o'clock, 6 in the evening, walking meditation and sitting meditation until 10, and then go to sleep from 10 to 2 o'clock. And at 2 o'clock, you get up and do more sitting and walking meditation. And during the day, when you don't have to do any work or other work, then you want to do more walking and sitting meditation. So it depends on how strong your mindfulness is. Sometimes if you feel drowsy, maybe because you might eat too much, then maybe you have to reduce the amount of food you eat. Sometimes you might even have to fast from time to time to help you deal with the sleepiness. So it varies from the situation of your practice. and also how much you eat and how much you practice. But normally, the standard is 4 hours of sleep a night is good enough for the body. And you might have 1 hour of nap in during the daytime if you like. So totally 5 hours a day.
Yeah. So okay, but you're pointing to the needs of the body. So you would say that as long as we have the needs of the body filled, then it's fine to not sleep a lot. But I'm finding that when I don't sleep much, for instance, my mindfulness is affected. So I tend to have better mindfulness with small things when I had more sleep.
Then it means you're not ready yet to sleep less. Then you just have to sleep more.
Okay. Yeah.
But if your practice become more advanced, you have stronger mindfulness, then you'll find the need to sleep will be less, and the need to eat will be less also. Because with mindfulness, strong mindfulness, your mind will have more equanimity, and will not be affected by hunger or sleepiness. So this varies from your practice. When you start, you might have to eat more and sleep more. But as you advance in your practice, you'll find that you can eat less and sleep less. So you have to find the point where you are now and go from there.
I see. I had a different question as well. So this is about, because we have been talking about the different rules of the 8 precepts. But I think that there are also perhaps some of the rules that are actually meant for monks, to be training rules for monks, that can be useful for lay people.
Yes, they can. For practitioner, it doesn't matter whether you're monks or lay person.
No.
All
No,
these
but
rules,
even so specifically, I'm thinking of this practice to not look in reflective surfaces or mirrors that I think the monks use.
Yes, because if you look at the mirror, you can become involved or worry about your appearance.
Yeah.
So it's better not to see your
Yeah.
face.
So I have been trying to practice with that for 6 months. I've been finding there's a way in Zoom to turn off your self view, so I can't see myself now, for instance. That's like very helpful.
Yeah.
But I think it's very difficult with just a mirror to not look yourself in the mirror. It's a difficulty that I have. So if you have like any tricks or any kind of more to say about how to implement this rule.
Just get rid of the mirrors. Just get rid of the mirrors. Or put it away somewhere where you cannot reach it easily. Lock it up in a closet somewhere.
I could occlude them. To really make a kind of a statement to myself. Yeah,
but I think what's more important is your determination. If you have strong determination, then you can.
Yeah.
But it's not really that important, though. Sometimes you might have to look at the mirror also, see whether your face is clean or not, or something like that.
Yeah, that's the main reason, to look in a socially acceptable way when you go out to, I don't know, shop food or whatever. I mean, that's one of the main reasons.
As long as you're not so enamored with the beauty of the face, just to make it acceptable or presentable to people, that's good enough.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I had.
Or every time you look in the mirror, imagine your face when you become older also. To counter this can counter your defilement by trying to make your face look beautiful. And you see, imagine when you're 70-year-old or 80-year-old, how would your face look like?
Yeah. There was. I used to have access to an app where you could take your face and you made it older. But now I can't remember the name of it. So if anyone has the name of such an app, please put it in the chat. I'd be interested.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I think that's about all we have the time for today. Thank you for all for coming in and participate in this conversation. I hope this meeting is beneficial to you all and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay mindful, stay safe, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Sadhu, 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 Thanajan.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Thank
Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Tajan.
Thank you, admin. Thank you.
Good night, Amin.
Bye.
Bye bye.